Welcome to Tomahawk DIY, everyone. I'm Mike. Today we're going to take a look at a little project to install a coat hook on the wall. This is fairly straightforward, pretty simple and easy to do. Let's take a look, I'll show you how. Now this particular coat rack is kind of ingenious. It's got a hole that hides behind a couple of the hooks, one on each end, that allows you to screw this into the wall, hold things in place, and then you don't see where the screws are and it's sitting nice and flush against the wall. So the first thing we'll need to do is identify where the screws are going to be going onto the wall. So for that, I'm going to take a measurement to get this right where I want it. I'm going to put it 9 inches off the door frame. So it'll be sitting right about like that. I'm going to make a mark with my pencil. To be sure my coat rack is sitting nice and even, I'm going to use a level and line this thing up. I've made my measurement. No, my holes are 17.5 inches apart. Okay, so using my level, I've made my other mark 17.5 inches apart, which is the distance between the two holes on this particular hanger. So if I check in the holes, they should line up quite nicely. The next trick comes getting the screws into the wall. There's a few things to consider as you go and work on putting the screws into the wall. For one, you want to make sure there's no electrical wires that are running in the area. Be sure you're thinking about safety. So for that, you never know what might be in the wall, but you can get a few clues by looking down. Are there any outlets? Are there any light switches, fixtures on the wall? Don't forget about the back side of the wall. There could be power running through there. One thing that you can do as well is use stud finder. That's an important thing to check and see if there are studs where you want to hang. Ideally, like right here, you've got some wood behind the wall. Unfortunately, in the two spots that I'll be hanging this coat rack, there are not studs. Some fancier stud finders will also look for electrical wires, things buried in the wall. So again, make sure you're safe as you do this. Obviously, I can't be responsible for your particular situations or any accidents that occur, but be sure you're using caution. In this case, we're going to have to use some drywall anchors in order to secure this into the drywall, because as the stud finder just identified, there's a stud over here, there's one in the middle, and there's one over here, but there's neither in the two spots that we'll be installing this. So there's several different kinds of drywall anchors. One of my favorites are these self-drilling drywall anchors. This is a Tacolock brand. These don't have quite the amount of weight that they can hold into the wall that I'd like to have. So I'm using a different style. Now this particular style is a Tacolock style of anchor. Some of the newer, this is an older one that I had. Some of the newer ones are actually self-drilling. In my case, we're going to drill a hole. So before I drill, I've double checked that the spots I'm going to drill line up with where the holes are. I don't want any extra holes in the wall. Alright, now with the nature of this particular coat hanger, I actually have to get the toggle end that's going to help hold into the wall through my hook, through my coat hook board. So when I go to put it in, it won't really show up too well in the video, so let me tell you what's going to happen. So this toggle will go into the hole in a closed manner, like so. It'll go straight through the hole. Once it goes in, it'll open up, and then as the screw tightens down, it'll hold against the inside of the drywall. And that keeps it from ripping out of the wall. So that's how this is going to work. Again, as you noticed with the drill, self-drilling versions of these are even nicer because you don't have to mess with a separate drill. You can just use your screwdriver to put them in. So I've got my two Tacolock anchors threaded through. Now I'll get them pushed through the holes. Alright, with that, they're now inside the drywall. So I'm going to tighten them down until these hold tight. So inside the drywall, remember that's expanded out and it's now pulling flush against the inside the drywall. And with your screwdriver, you'll feel it start to tighten up. Alright, as it tightens up, you want to check it, make sure it's holding tight and firm. When it is, then we'll get the hooks put over. With this secured to the wall, we'll now get the hooks put on that hide the screws that secure the whole coat rack of the wall. Alright, that's good and secure. There you have it. Pretty simple, straightforward and easy to get a coat rack hung on the wall. I'll include some links to Amazon where you can pick up some supplies for this project. And appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe, and also leave a tip for me to help support the mission of Tomahawk DIY, which is to help people build better lives. You can learn more about that on my website, and have a great day.